What radio? The music you want.
With your host, Keys Dan.
7 years of college down the drain.
RadioWhat.com.
What's up, party people? It's Keys Dan with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming at you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous. Today on the program, Chris Ruth. I didn't know a lot about Chris Ruth, just like I don't know a lot about some of the people that I've had on this podcast, but I did learn a lot more about Chris Ruth. I did go visit him down at the Truth Studios down in Harkrider in Conway, Arkansas. And it's a barbershop. It's two barbershops. It's a beauty salon and a barbershop all in one. It's divided by a little half wall. And we set up on the barbershop side. So it was pretty cool to learn more about Chris Ruth. If you want to be a part of the program, just give me a call at 501-470-6386. Or you can email info@radiowhat.com. This is Chris Ruth. What makes you famous? Let's get into it.
Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2
1 2 1 2 in the place to be.
All right. So give me some general housekeeping before we get started.
Housekeeping. Well, we're here hanging out at the Truth Studios on Harkrider. This is a nice barber shop, man. What brings us here, Chris Ruth?
Well, you needed a quiet space, and I know they're not working here on Sundays, so.
Yeah, but you brought the brood.
Yeah, well, I'm going to clean up here too.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
So
my wife and cousins got together a couple years ago and decided to put up something, you know.
So they got a barber shop. And I'm looking, is one side kids and one side adult? Is that how it's set up, kind of?
And see, okay, wait. Well, we don't stop your thing, but I need you to pause for a minute and realize this. If I'm a comedian.
Yeah, you are.
So it's
so what the comedians always get asked is
I'm just saying
tell me something funny.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it is the kind of the kid side and the adult side, but it's the barbershop and the salon on the other side. So it's women over here, and the men the women would say that there's kids over there, you know.
It sounds like a middle school dance to me, man, with all the kids on, all the boys on one side, all the girls on the other side.
Yeah. No, they keep it under control, though. I mean, everybody's respectful and it's a nice environment. So, I mean, it's a fun mix.
Well, that's nice. Chris Ruth, man. Yeah. Well, we finally got together, do this little podcast thing. What's on your mind, man? What makes you famous?
No, well, what makes you famous? I mean, what is that?
Well, everybody had a beginning and everybody started somewhere.
Yeah.
And I want to know people's story. And I know, all right, I just recently heard in England, if you ask somebody, what's your story? Usually you're hanging with the police. And I know in America, it's a little different. It's
everything's a secret.
Yeah. Pretty much people are just asking, where are you from, man? Where are you from?
Well,
where'd you start?
Oh, man.
Where were you born?
I was born in Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Pine Bluff?
Yeah. Jefferson County.
The man's from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah. Harkrider in Conway, Arkansas. I forgot to mention where exactly we are. But,
yeah.
All right. So, family life? Mom, dad, anyone?
Just everybody.
Yes.
I got a lot of family. That's kind of what we do.
Brothers and sisters?
Well, I've got six, there's 6 of us.
Yeah.
So
where were you? Where did you fall in the spectrum?
I'm the oldest.
Oldest?
No.
Oh.
I'm my mother's oldest, but I'm my dad's middle child.
Gotcha.
So I was an old middle child. So
old middle child.
Yeah.
See, I don't know where that falls in the spectrum when you're dealing with your psyche Yeah. How does that make you feel, and how do they treat you that way?
No, I'll show you. I grew up as an only child.
Okay.
I was raised as an only child with 3 families.
I got you. All right. I'm getting it. I'm getting it from A to B. I think I've met somebody like that, where they were the second family, and really they didn't know their older siblings too much. Right. And now they do. Now they do a little bit. But,
and that's where we come in.
Yeah, okay.
That's what we are, what we have to be. When we're old enough to do it, we turn into the connection.
Sure.
To everybody else, like the bridge, because I had to tell them at some point when I had children, it was like, I can't make it every Christmas, because we used to make all the rounds every Christmas. We went to 3 or 4 different houses in different states. Oh,
different states even.
Yeah.
Now, that does make it a little more difficult.
Then we're back in Arkansas. Then we're down another part of Arkansas.
Now, what year were you born out there in Pine Bluff?
78.
78, man. He's a youngin' in comparison to me. Yeah. But okay, so 78, and how long did you live in Pine Bluff?
I never left.
Your whole life? Okay.
No.
Are you your heart's still there?
Yeah, my heart's still there.
Okay. Mom, dad still there?
It was I have an uncle.
Uncle, okay.
Yeah, I have an uncle that's there, and I think his kids, they're all there now. And I mean, it was, like I said, it was, my heart is still there because I see so much. Like, it was a place where growing up, I was allowed to grow. I was allowed to, I'm not going to say I raised myself, but I was allowed to raise myself.
Yeah.
It was like playing and going and doing what you want to do. And then going from that to being an only child. And when I say only child, I'm like, I was like the only child of a whole church.
Okay.
So being spoiled on a level that I have a different feeling about gratitude than other people. Like, I'll talk to people and they'll get up. Hold on just a second. My daughter here. Yes, ma'am. Oh, okay. Yeah. Take your time. All right. Okay. No, y'all aren't stolen. All right. Bye-bye.
The daddy duties never end, man.
Yeah, they don't. Like I said, my wife, she's at the hair show. And
hair show?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not like the air show. A hair show. What is that?
Every year, Bronner Brothers does a hair show, and they usually do it in Atlanta in February. Now they moved it to March in New Orleans.
She's in New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Without you?
Yeah. That's what we have to do.
Let's go. Let's go right now.
No, that's the way we have to do it.
Come on, man. The Big Easy.
That's the way it's handled.
All right.
Now, when the money was right, then we could all go.
Yeah.
But now, and then you'd have to take kids out of school. And
I understand.
I know people homeschooling now. Like,
oh yeah, I homeschool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, and then you turn into a digital nomad, and all of a sudden you're around the world all year.
Oh yeah.
Oh. So we can't really do that. We got kids growing up, we got school, we got all types of stuff. But as long as one parent is here, then you can go and be free and, come back, boom. Okay, now I can go. And then we'll set up and have family stuff, and it's fun like that. I mean, it works out.
Yeah.
Then my mom, she can help. She's a godsend. That she came down and she came here for a job and was like, I'll stay for about a month or so and find me a place. I was like, all right. And so she cooks every night, and it's like, all of a sudden, I've gained 20 pounds. It's like, I got to do something.
Haven't we all? At least.
But mine happened so fast. She was cooking every night. And I said, listen, we can't eat that much.
Oh. Yeah, you work all day, man. You come home and then you go straight to sleep with a full stomach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was every night. Every night, eating good.
All right, so she's at the hair show. Where were we? Oh, we were still in Pine Bluff, hanging out there. And you never left, and you got an uncle down there. In 1978, you were born, and you were raised as an only child, just hanging out, living free, and the church all spoiled you.
Yeah.
All right.
God was good. It was like, it was a thing where having multiple families meant that you had to get pulled, and like, they don't always get along.
Mm-hmm.
Mom's side and dad's side are like totally opposed.
Oh. So not even civil for the kids?
No, it's worse.
Oh,
It's worse. Civil for the kids is not what you really want.
Mm-mm.
You know, you don't want to be cordial.
Okay.
We need to cooperate. We got to have a whole connection going on. I can't dislike you. Well, I'm here just for them. It's too much.
No.
Because you grow up and you get to see those interactions. And I see kids, my heart goes out to like this is a business now. Now you have to hear what this is.
Sure.
Like, this podcast is like, I want you to come here. That's what Truth Studios really is.
Sure. Yeah, that's a great name. Truth Studios. What is that?
Well, now it houses Exquisite Styles Hair Salon and Just Faded Barbershop.
Yeah, I noticed the 2 windows. Okay. The 2 windows at two different places.
We can add other studios to the situation. And
there's a whole back that's kind of communal. Ah, that's metaphorical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
because you got one side, the other side, and you got to share that side. And are those the kids in the back there?
No, it's just that's the
metaphorical kids.
Yeah, that's just different. We've got space, and it can be more things. And just like I said, I want it to be where I can have. I'm going to put, if they don't want to use it, I'm putting, a sauna in there and a sleep deprivation chamber or whatever it is, a sensory deprivation chamber. Have you heard of Joe Rogan?
Yeah, of course, man. It's one of the best. Well, probably the top podcast.
Yeah, so
and that we could set it up like that to where I can have a camera set up. Yeah, we probably would have done that.
He said everybody needs a podcast, and I was
everybody needs a podcast.
When I got through hearing Tyson's story, I was like, everybody should have one.
Yeah. He just had a comedian on the other day, and he made him, hey, go buy that domain and PayPal it to him, and then he forgot that Cash App is his sponsor.
Yeah.
So he went, oh, okay, yeah, I'll Cash App it to you.
Yeah, see, and that's the hard part.
Yeah.
That's what I don't really, like I said, the housekeeping. Well, what can I say? What can I not say? Well, when you come in and don't say anything, like that's the way podcasts are. It's on you.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Well, that's what it is, man. I made this podcast up because I know everybody's got a story. I don't care if you think you're famous or not famous.
And that's the whole point. I don't really think that nothing makes me, the people around me is what would make me famous. Yeah. If I'm famous, it's because you say so.
Oh, if I'm rattling on doing this podcast by myself, I stink. In fact, I did one for St. Patrick's Day just because I was interested in St. Patrick's Day, and it stank. And if I don't have somebody to bounce ideas off of,
well, see, that's when you go forward and say, listen, this is what I need from you, and you offer that, and I say, oh, okay, I can do it.
Yeah.
Or I say, no, I can't. That's out of my range of whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. A podcast has to be fun and free.
Not necessarily.
No, I mean free to move, free to be.
Oh, sure. We could take these mics and go anywhere you want.
Yeah, not restricted. And that's the whole point. Like I would do whatever.
In fact, you were talking about Joe Rogan. He had one where he had somebody wanted to test out some of his kush. Yeah. And they went to a box. And then the producer said, you don't have mics. And they're like way over there. Right. And you can hear them. They're opening the box and checking out all the fine what do they call it? Chiba?
Yeah. And that's the whole thing. It's like when that situation is freed up, that's that changed everything. Like people started thinking different. Like be friendly.
Okay, so you're thinking about doing a podcast then?
Yeah.
All right. You got a name for it already?
No, I have every name.
Good.
Every name. We're going
unless you're going to buy that domain right now. I would not put that name out.
Every name.
Because I'll be putting this podcast up tonight.
Exactly. So I'm not doing that.
So if you got the name, go buy it right now.
That's the responsibility. Right.
So cool.
That's what it is. So I do have it. Like I said, I've been recording.
All right. Very good.
I've been recording. So it's like it's more of a what makes you famous.
Okay. No, that's already taken.
I'm about to tell you.
That's already taken. That podcast taken.
What makes you famous?
Hit me.
Fear.
Okay. Explain.
When you have what you're afraid of.
Sure.
You don't know that you can have so much freedom that you're scared. When you're standing on top of the world and you can go anywhere you want to go. And now 100 people just called you And they need you for real. And you could go to every one of them, but you don't have 100 ways to go.
Yep.
And that's the problem that people have. People fear that, but they won't say it.
Yep.
They won't say that they're scared of that. You know. Thank you. Where is mine, please? I don't know. I send y'all to the store.
Wow. That's teamwork right there. He sent the kids off to the store and he gets a breath mint and the man's got a 32 ounce drink.
And then drinks it in front of me.
He got some nice drink.
And I taught them never turn down a breath mint.
Yeah, I probably should have had one.
Never turn down.
I brushed my teeth and all, but yeah.
Never turn down a breath mint.
Oh. And you get the bigger drink too. It came back, see?
I'll get straws.
99 cents for a gallon of drink.
Now, that's Peyton. Peyton's 10.
Peyton's 10, man. He's got cool hair too. I like that.
Do I have a straw?
You could tell there's a barber studio and a beauty salon around here because they got cool hair.
Yeah.
I should have waited.
And I
should have waited.
No, there's still time. I probably they can do some things. Yeah,
I got my $5 haircut. I should not have done that.
Yeah, that's not one here.
All right.
Yeah, but
oh, he's pretty. He just took. Dylan just took the hat off.
So
or Peyton was it?
I need a
Peyton.
straw.
Sorry, Peyton just took the hat off.
Straw. Brooke, I need a straw. That's Brooklyn, my oldest daughter.
Brooklyn, beautiful.
And
just taunting you with another drink.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Zion
Taunting.
and Cameron, my oldest son.
So, all right. So you got some kids. You were fruitful and multiplied.
Yeah, that's the product of my environment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
On the multiplication.
Yeah. Some people read that verse and just stop reading. Just, okay. We'll just do that.
Well, yeah. No, it gets hard to stop, because they're
wonderful, man. Kids are great.
Those times of having, this is for, like if I had a show, this is Wake Up.
Yep.
Young men.
Yep.
Yeah.
Helpy Helperton. See, I thought he was taking the straw out and putting your drink, getting that set up for you.
I know. Yeah.
And then, nope, that's my drink. But you did get the bigger drink. And that shows that they respect daddy.
That's right.
99 cents.
I told him, get what you want. They know not to get that. I don't know why you got that much. Look at that.
That's a lot of drink.
Oh, he's going to be sick.
That's all right.
But it was cheaper than
Oh, okay. Well, that's like, I think I go to Mickey D's and I go, let me go ahead and get a small drink. And they go, no, they're all $1. All right, let me get that 50-gallon drum then. Sure.
Yeah. No, and that's what they do to us. What'd you tell me?
Mickey D was.
Mickey D.
Got it over the air.
McDonald's? No, I don't
this
know.
podcast sponsored by McDonald's.
Yeah, we just got paid for that. Hey, wait a minute. We don't have sponsors. We can't be shouting.
Wait, these are drinks from Sonic. This podcast sponsored by Sonic.
We need to check Sonic's numbers.
All right, let us continue. So, I mean, we haven't even gotten out of Pine Bluff, and you said you never got out of Pine Bluff. You're at church. They're spoiling you rotten. I'm trying to figure out where you went from there.
Well, now,
how was your school life? You see, grade school was all in Pine Bluff.
No. I went to 8 schools.
8 schools. Daddy in the military? No, I guess that didn't work out.
I was just a little black kid.
Yeah.
So
I was born a black child.
Okay.
I was, yeah.
Girl?
Well, I was happy as a little girl. So, yeah, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother podcast.
But, no, I was Pine Bluff till 2nd grade.
Mm-hmm.
And that was with grandmother. And that seemed like it took about 20 years.
Yeah.
It took 20 years because my mom says you did not live with your grandmother.
Right.
She fight with you. Did not live with. Now that I've raised kids, I realized, no, I didn't. That was just one heck of a summer.
Okay.
That week was wild. And then that was always the babysitter. And I was just always over there.
Yeah.
And Santa Claus was my pawpaw.
Yeah.
Like he played Santa Claus with his beard.
Sure.
At the Kmart.
I like it. I was a Kmart Santa back in Key Largo in the 90s. Yeah.
He'd sit out there on the front porch and we'd be in his lap and playing,
Oh, any kids that are listening, right, Santa Claus is real. I was just a helper. Okay, there you go.
Right. No. And I thought Santa was real because my papa was Santa Claus. So it was like,
yeah,
Santa Claus, I know.
Oh, by the second year, I knew all his names. I knew all the names of people that came in.
Those are helpers because he retired.
Right.
So he just lived with grandma here.
Right.
And he would build your toys and refine them.
Yes, they would.
Like I had a rocking horse bounce with springs, and he put he changed them out and put like trampoline springs in a big wood frame. So I could jump on that into like 5th grade.
Yeah.
Now I didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
But I could. It was that strong. You know.
So you had Grandpa Santa, and you were believing until how old?
No, he's Santa Claus.
He's always Santa Claus. He's still Santa Claus.
Yeah.
All right.
He passed away, but I mean, it was.
Yeah, he's still Santa.
Then I met him at his funeral.
Yes.
And that's what made me see that, you know what, your life is like this. Your life is a instrumental. And,
yes, sir.
And you live like you have to put down a track. You got to put down a verse.
Yes.
That's your little part. And so I had to see him. What I knew Paul.
Mm-hmm.
But I met Bras when he died.
Okay. You know, Paul. Oh, okay. His name was Bras.
Everybody started saying, I remember Bras was larger than life. He was the strongest man. He was like Bill Brasky. He was like that.
Bill
story.
Brasky.
He was picking up cars like they needed to change a tire. We don't have a jack. He grabs the car, picks it up.
Yes, he did.
And they changed the tire.
Legendary.
Then and he's had to pull people out of stuff and do fighting 10 people and I'm hearing this stuff and I'm seeing this old man that's like 70.
Yes.
And he's telling me about this hug where
strong as an ox.
would pick him up, give him a hug. No, he taught them baseball when he was a kid.
Yeah.
He was 90 something when he died. So this 70-year-old man is talking about a hug that I knew about.
Yeah.
He still did that. And he had a radio show.
Okay.
He played piano in California somewhere.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. Well, I never knew.
Oh, no, I'm from Miami. So, yeah, I had a radio show in Miami somewhere.
But I learned this when he died. He didn't meet my grandma. He raised six preachers.
Right.
And then I don't know if his wife died or what. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't find none of this out till he was dead.
Yeah.
Then he met grandma.
Okay.
And they had one.
Yeah.
That's my uncle in Pine Bluff.
Right.
And so my grandma had 12.
Sure.
And I had to wrap my head around that. It took about 20 something years to understand. I'm like, whoa. So that's when you learn to never call people names.
Okay.
Because I don't want to think that grandma was a bad name.
No.
And so now the mission is to get the world to treat everybody like they treat their grandma. Love them like you love your grandma.
Yeah.
Now it's a better place now. See, we changed the mood just that easy.
Well, I mean, that's the golden rule, right? Love your neighbor.
We treat ourselves bad. We treat our neighbors bad, but we love grandma.
Yeah. Tear down those walls, man. No walls. And we miss grandma so much. So now I try to miss people. Yeah. Because as a kid, when I miss people, you got a blended, it's not a blended family. I don't know. I had a blended family and a extended family. So it's like. So, all right. So you grew up with mom, stepdads?
Mom and then a stepdad.
Stepdads, yeah. I mean, I understand the growing up alone and only child stuff because, my mom was pretty much single and or single mom some of the time. So I was raised by my aunt and my grandma. So, yeah I understand that story. Yeah. I'm with you.
And see, I learned to adapt by like junior high.
Sure.
And that was wonderful. Like I said, I had the church. Mm-hmm. That family became a backbone. It was like everything rode off of that because we would move. No matter where we lived, we still drove 2 hours or whatever to church.
Okay, so move from Pine Bluff to what city?
Little Rock.
Little Rock. And then from grade. Little Rock in third grade, about 81, 82 maybe?
I don't know.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, 5 years old, maybe 80, maybe mid 80s.
This is why I said I don't want to do a podcast because
No. I mean, the timelines could be blurred.
I listen to Joey Diaz, and I'm like, how does he remember all that stuff?
He doesn't have to, man. And plus,
he doesn't have a family.
And plus the fact that after you do it a few times, you'll remember your timeline, especially if you tell your story a few times. Yeah, you'll start to remember, oh, you know what? That wasn't 83. That was 84.
That's what happened. Yeah, I jump around. I'll be like, I don't know. It's like it's all in my head, a blur.
House of Pain jumped around. No problem.
I know what grade I was in for everything. That was the part I knew.
Well, there you go. All right. Third grade, you were in Little Rock, and then
Terrace Green Apartments, living in the projects. Now,
living in the
was this the projects? No. But
it's not the New York quote projects.
right. But
Okay.
the projects I went to, like I visited projects.
Sure.
And they had it.
Little
They
pink
had it.
houses.
They had you're right, but these were apartments. Like
Okay.
they might have had Section 8. I don't know.
Well, I know in Miami,
They're
I had,
gated now.
let's see, Hialeah in Miami. My grandma lived in a place. It wasn't the projects, but directly across the street, little pink houses. So I always thought, wow, who lives in those little pink houses walking around? And
Yeah.
that was the projects.
Yeah.
How about that? But she was right across the street from that.
Now, have you told your story?
No, I really haven't. Because this is your podcast, man.
No. Well, what?
I tell little tidbits here and there, like I'm telling you about my grandma living across the street in Hialeah.
Well, see, and I saw my grandma.
Yes.
No, I saw my grandma this recently. That she passed away back in 2003.
Okay.
Okay.
And grandma's still coming around.
Yes.
I kind of like that.
No, I saw grandma. I went to.
I want to believe that, man.
I went to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Now I'm not going to show you the picture because then it takes like reality takes away because it doesn't. It wasn't her when she died because she was old and shriveled.
Oh yeah.
And cancer had ate her up.
Oh yeah.
But this was her before I met her, before I was born. This was her.
Right.
With 12 kids, with like 6 or 7 running around. Mm-hmm. And I was in Puerto Vallarta, and we went to a little place, and we come out, we're in a village.
Yeah.
And I look across the street, I'm like, I get my camera, and I take a picture. Now, I've been drinking, so I can't see real good. So I'm like, oh, man, that looks like my grandma. Now, I don't know. It's just the moment. Everything hit just right. We're in Mexico, and she's a little Indian woman.
Sure.
And I run over there, and I'm like, Grandma. She's like, she doesn't speak English. So she's just, hola.
Yeah. Gave you $5 and sent you on your way.
No, well, gave me a little hug and then sent me on my way.
Oh, okay.
But
I know.
like,
It's in Mexico. There ain't no much money down there.
Yeah, you're just and you had to. It was no reason not to.
Yeah.
She needed something. I mean, it's like you don't want to be doing that, but I bet if everybody gave her a little something, she'd be good because she just gave you real Mexico.
Yeah.
Shut up what you've been talking about and heard. That lady living across the street, that's old time Mexico.
That's exactly what you were talking about, man. Just love everybody like it was your grandma. Just give her a big hug.
She's been over there since she was a baby.
Oh.
She's never left.
Okay.
And so I hate to go back because I'll be looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, this is fun.
Okay. So third grade, you're in Little Rock. And then after that, where'd you move?
We didn't move, but 4th grade, I think she got, I had like, when they talked about the people in your life that touch you in a way that like you see things differently. It changes your whole everything. When I moved from Pine Bluff, which people think Pine Bluff is a rough place.
Yeah, Crime Bluff. I think that's the term.
I was on 27th and Cherry.
Sure.
So it was just like 2 one-ways.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't, that was a one-way and a cruise. Like people in the Z28s were cruising.
Yeah. If you got a one-way in and a one-way out, there really can't be much crime because you're not getting away from anything.
I'd run that whole block. My grandma would let me do the whole block.
Yeah.
Like I would just leave and I'm 5.
Sure.
And so we'd stop at the light with the cars, with the power wheel.
Uh-huh.
And then take off.
Did you have the power wheel with the, I'm seing the handbrake. Did you have it with the handbrake so you could do the spin?
No, we had that.
So you could spin.
I had all those.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is the best one.
Yes, sir.
The best one. And I'm going to make it terrible. I'm not going to tell it right. Because what if I write a book?
Oh.
So I'm not going to tell it right.
You could tell it right.
No. When my brother we're riding and my grandmother's only advice or instructions.
Sure.
Don't let your brother go to the street. Don't let him go to the road.
Don't let him go to the road.
Don't let him go to the road. So I take him around the block every day. He follows me. We're on big wheel.
That's right.
Night rider, big wheel.
That's right.
But we had this one place, like the lady that was a witch, because she had those toe shoes that curled, had the little sultan type shoes.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Genie shoes.
I got you.
She's a witch, and she stole my cat.
She's a witch.
Okay.
She stole your cat.
She was my cat because I found her.
Sure.
So
Stray cat.
Yeah, and so we took her in the house. So I had a cat for a while.
Sure.
And then one day she ran away and that lady kidnapped her.
Okay. Well, yeah.
You know?
All right. I'm getting the story now.
And then it lives there now. So, yeah.
Hey, that's my cat.
When I grew up, I figured out that it wasn't a witch that stole it. But anyway.
Nope. It was her cat.
My brother goes into the street.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I go into the street.
Yeah.
Every day I ride down this I look at other people tell traumatic stories.
Uh-huh.
This is my traumatic story.
Sure.
This is how God was always whole and strong.
On your big wheel?
Drive up the street. It's like it crested.
Yes.
You come back down and go into this other driveway right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I go up and I make it. My brother goes up and somehow he's leaning wrong. And so the wheel is just turning. He's got no weight on that big wheel.
Right.
And all of a sudden I look and there's a car coming.
Oh.
And I'm like, get off of it. Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. Come on. And then fat man, he's tremendously slow.
Yes.
He's 3.
Yes.
And he makes it off and he waddles his way. And then all of a sudden, cool, the car goes by and smashes the big wheel.
Oh, my.
Now, in an alternate world,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
able to see
Oh,
where I suffered from everything because he didn't make it off of there.
Oh, yeah.
And he feels like I saved his life. And I'm like, no, you probably saved mine because
Oh, yeah.
I was going to die if you
You're
I wasn't
living.
going to be right.
You're thinking about alternate universes there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just that fast. And it's just,
My little brother,
wonderful
all right,
thing.
he was a daredevil. And
yeah.
in Carroll City, which is just outside of Miami, a little suburb, we had a little hood and we had a ramp set up and the kids were just jumping their little mongooses off the ramp. And
Yeah.
and I had a free, was it a freestyle bike?
Yeah.
With a
Go backwards.
with a banana. No, I don't think it is. It had a banana seat. So it really wasn't a good bike. No.
Right.
And then my little brother, 5 years old, he's on a little, like 12-inch 2-wheel bike, and he tries to go over this ramp. Now, they had set up a fire on the other side of this, in the middle of this ramp. And the kids were jumping over the fire. Oh, yeah, jumping over the fire. And my little brother, 5 years old, tried to jump over the fire. And Braulio, the big kid from across the street, saved him out of that fire.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I
see
could
those
think about
moments.
that time.
Right.
It maybe he didn't get out of that fire. Ouch. All right.
And
I'm
that's-
with you.
that's the feeling.
We're on the level.
That's the feeling. So, like, that's where gratitude comes in.
Yes, sir.
That's where we learn to maintain the attitude of gratitude, being grateful. And when we talk church,
Okay.
we get so separated and you say, well, what is this about?
Yeah.
Well, this is the time where I have to say that church is important.
Yeah.
Well, why is church important? Well, because you have an ability to tap into a community.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. That's why church is important. Remember that the rest of your life.
All
When
right.
you're down on your luck, when you're on your last, if you walk around on every corner talking about, give me $1, and you hadn't been to somebody's church yet,
Right.
I don't know what you're doing. You like it out there.
There's a lot of guys on corners here asking for dollars.
Well, they're coordinated.
yeah.
We spend a lot of time like, this is my uniform.
Oh, yeah.
This is my uniform. We go out and we see people
Sure.
and we can minister to them. And it's like you don't really do a whole lot of preaching. It's more of, here's some socks. Would you like some socks?
Yeah.
Sure. They never turn down socks because
Why would you? I think I got a hole in my sock right now.
I watched a guy, he broke down crying and he said,
Yeah.
he just threw his away.
Oh,
They were terrible.
yeah.
And he'd been he'd been here for about a week.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm thinking homeless, right? You're homeless.
Sure.
That means you don't have a house. You don't have a place to go.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's got a house. He just decided to go somewhere because they told him, we're going to be making like $1,500 a week. Get over here, man.
On the corner.
Yeah, we're going to be, no, just in the city.
Oh, okay.
He makes it to the city and
Yes.
there's no job.
No.
There's a lot.
Okay. So he didn't get that $1,500 a week.
Yeah, just send me this much and we'll get you set up. So they sent them the money. He made it down. There was nothing there. Now he's homeless because he ain't got enough money to get back.
Ouch.
And
Ouch.
that's hard.
Yeah. I feel like that sometimes. I'm a paycheck away from being homeless. Yeah.
Well, and
I could see that.
and that's the key. That's the key.
Yeah.
You're touching it. You're mentally touching it.
Right.
Can you mentally touch billionaires? Can you do that?
Yeah. Are they a paycheck away from being homeless?
Exactly. I'm a paycheck. No. See, listen.
No.
Mindset.
Yeah.
I'm a paycheck away from being a billionaire.
Okay. All
One
right.
check.
One check. Yeah. Well,
One check away.
anybody got $1 billion? Just send
Listen.
it to, was
Yeah.
it Truth Studio?
Yeah, exactly that. And then you put it out there. Why would you not? You know, like Murphy's Law, like my best friend. Oh man, everybody's my best friend, right?
Yeah.
But I don't really have a best friend. I never really had one.
All right. Well, 3rd, 4th grade, did you have friends? You have a lot of friends back then?
So I had a best friend all the time.
I mean, I used to hang out with a bunch of kids.
When I grew up and I hear other people's best friend, no, they went through everything together. What I had, I got about 20 of y'all.
Uh-huh.
You know, so it's like you got a friend, a person in your life, and you don't really know. Like I said, my best friend. No, well, he played on my football team.
All right.
And so,
Well, you end up being friends on the football team for sure.
because that was life.
Yeah. Oh, that's war.
Wait a minute, and to say it like that, that's putting it mildly.
Yeah.
It's not real war. It's like this strategic guerrilla war.
It's on grids, man. Yeah.
And not everybody can see. Like you said, it's on grids, and not everybody can see it. So,
Right.
my stepdad's coaching,
Okay.
and you know, my dad at the end of this is like, "What did he do to you?" Well, you know, I turned into a soldier.
Yes, sir.
And it was like I'd be a spy basically when I go back to them because I'm not talking about nothing. I can't tell what goes on in this house. So I've got whole conversations. I grew up never telling what I had done, never telling what I'm doing.
Okay.
That was like, you know, I was a prisoner of words unsaid.
Yeah.
And then when I grew up, no, I can tell you anything now. What's up?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not as scary. It's like, well, I didn't know.
Perspective.
You couldn't know. Right. And it's like, I understand you different now.
Mm-hmm.
I have kids.
Sure.
I have whole families now. Like my whole family is like, and I'm so grateful and thankful. I'd hate for that. Now, anybody that shows up with kids that are mine now,
Mm-hmm.
this is the thing. I love them. You know, I'm sorry. That's to them, those kids. And mom, I'm sorry to you, whatever reason you didn't want them to see me.
Now, you really didn't grow up with your brother and sisters. Do you know them now?
I grew up with all of them.
But you know them now. I thought you said you were like only child. You felt like you're an only child.
In the way that I never had to fight for anything.
So you knew your
Siblings,
brothers and sisters.
I was always around.
Oh, okay. All right. See, I
My
don't think I
whole
got
life was like when you read the Bible.
that. Uh-huh.
They say the Bible, well, there's contradictions in the Bible. No.
Yeah.
The Bible is a story of your life.
Yeah.
And it's your job to read it, learn it, then apply it.
Sure.
And if you are able to do that, then you start seeing, oh my God, I was terrible. You know, and you see that you went through seasons.
Yeah.
You were learning. This was your scripture you were supposed to learn because you're going to see it again. You got to learn this lesson if you don't learn it now.
Okay.
You know, and
I mean, I grew up Catholic. I heard a lot of it's a mystery. It's a mystery.
well, I had 4 years. I went to Catholic high school
Uh-huh.
in Little Rock.
I went till 6th grade to Catholic school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The nuns loved me. I don't think I got wrapped on the hand with
We
a
didn't-
ruler.
We never had any
too much.
nuns.
Yeah.
We had two fathers,
Right.
Father Trabu, Father Frederick, and Brother Richard, a
Yes.
Franciscan monk that taught French.
Okay.
And so I didn't learn French.
Okay. Should have learned French.
Well, and that's the thing. And it was like I learned Spanish.
And that was into high school.
Yeah, but I learned Spanish doing French. Like when it came time to speak Spanish when I was in Mexico, it wasn't a problem because I was able to apply it.
I've gotten a lot of jobs that I wasn't qualified for because I speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Por supuesto. Oh, yeah.
Supuesto. No sé.
Of course. Por supuesto. Of course.
Okay.
This is your Spanish lesson for today.
Right. And when I went to Mexico, everybody did that. Everywhere I go, they just keep giving me Spanish lessons. I don't want to learn it. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm from Miami.
It doesn't
I
matter.
got
See,
plenty
I
of practice
walked
down
around-
there.
I walked around for an entire week. This is how I spoke.
Oh, my goodness. You start putting that cockamamie accent on.
You see it. Nobody was angry about it. They didn't care. They didn't care.
You think if you speak slower, they're gonna understand.
No, they just speak more Spanish, and it's like, see,
Slow down. Despacito.
Mira.
Despacito.
que no. Que no.
Well, a lot of sign language. I just heard. Well, I listened to another podcast about the Lewis and Clark expedition, and before they met, Sacagawea.
Yeah.
Sacagawea. No, Juwea.
We say
see, they're worried about pronunciation, but before they met her, they did a lot of sign language. A lot of I want to eat. Put the hand to the mouth. Yeah.
No, and that's the way. Like,
it's all right. Well, okay, so after high school, you say you go to Mexico after high school?
No.
Where are you at here? Okay. In the Catholic school. I mean, in Catholic school until you're a senior. Yeah. Then what happens?
Memphis. Now.
Okay. I'm hearing music in my head already.
Right, and that's Memphis happens.
Yes,
that's what that is. That's 15 years of Memphis happens.
Yes. What do you do in Memphis? Just have a good time. All right.
Well, no, I mean, it's like it's a different place.
Uh-oh.
Different people, different lifestyle, different speed.
Different parts of Memphis, sure.
Different mentalities, different. You grew up and you were taught if somebody hits you, you hit them back. Well, you don't know what they were taught.
Okay.
So don't hit them unless you want to find out what they were taught.
Okay.
And if you do hit them, work on that. Just, like you got to figure that one out every day, all day. And it's like learning how to speak because you fight with words.
Sure.
There. And so when I learned that, when I come away from there and I'm here, it's like, I don't talk. You have to be real careful because when people say hurtful things, like I see my kids, they want to make fun of people or make jokes or pranking. So you can't do it.
Did you do any college in Memphis or you just get to work?
Yeah, I did a lot of college.
Oh, okay.
A lot everywhere. Yeah.
Did you go to school?
No,
lots of times. I've been there. I've been to school sometime.
Yeah.
So what was your course of study? I graduate?
No, well, I got a degree from ITT Tech, which there's not much you can do with that. It's a fun thing.
Well, I mean, what degree?
Computer and electronic engineering.
I got electronics from Sheridan Vocational down in Fort Lauderdale. Shout out.
Yeah, but see, partway through that, I realized I can't stand looking at these, whatever.
I barely know Ohm's Law. Forget it.
I don't know Ohm's Law, see, so I don't even worry about it. But not like I said, all of it was fun. And
sure.
And through most of that, I was at FedEx.
All right.
Memphis, like I said, was an experience that happens around you. It's like you're in a place and it's raining. The difference between raining and not raining. When you go to Memphis, it's just raining.
Okay.
There's always, you can't really relax.
So, all right.
You need to protect yourself and be cool.
I'm trying to get the timeline here. I'm guessing that's around 90?
No, that's like 299.
99.
Yeah, when Cash Money
you're in
Memphis over for 99 to 2000.
Okay.
They showed up at the D&D. And we got the first.
What's
that's you in the big body Benz, huh?
What's the D&D?
D&D, Denim and Diamonds.
Okay, you got to explain, man.
Okay, so in Memphis they have nightclubs, and this one was like an old supermarket.
Okay,
so it's huge, and on Sundays they'd have the Black Night.
Okay,
Saturdays was like top 40 or whatever night in a country club.
Sure,
I'd party at all of them.
Sure, why not?
But
I DJ'd at all of them.
They always had fights. They always had shooting.
Saturday or Sunday?
Listen, Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday.
Oh.
But they had it. No, they had it the other night.
Don't be so stereotypical, man.
Right. Well, and seeing black people, this is Memphis.
Yeah.
Black people everywhere. So it's like,
yes, sir.
It can be a fight with number white people.
Yeah.
And it's black people there. So,
okay.
But the thing about that, it's not racial.
Sure.
In Memphis, it's like, no, citywide, like the territorial.
Well, you got a big city. You got to all get along for the most part.
They don't. They don't. I mean, it's like, it's always tension.
All right.
They get along. They have a good time because they're used to it. But when you come from outside, it's like, no, you got to watch yourself. And I'm by myself. I don't walk in fear.
Right.
So I'd be in some of the most horrible places. It's like you meet people that, it's just too much. You say, what happened? They saw the surveillance cameras and they, it was the worst they'd ever seen. Like, and you were in the room with them? Yeah. What, the night before? You could have went with them? Well, yeah. Like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. So it's like, you got to get away from me because it was crazy. Everybody had a hustle.
Sure.
Everybody had a game. It was like, it wasn't as bad as like saying, it was as bad as like Malcolm X, him going to New York and everybody's running something.
Right.
But you have to, if you're looking for that, it's everywhere. So like I said, it was fun to just hang out, get to know people. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah. I mean, it's not all Beale Street. I get it.
Right.
And it's not all Graceland, but
yeah. And FedEx, the hub, it was a nightlife. It was we worked at night.
At night. Okay.
We're out in the streets during the day.
Okay.
So we're zombies.
Yeah.
So 15 years of no sleeping at night.
Oh, I worked nights at a hospital down in Miami, and I know you work 2 days a week, or 2 days, twice in one day, because you go into work at 7 in the evening and then get out at 7 in the morning. Never see the sun.
This is what you want.
Yeah, you sleep.
This is what you won't understand. That's why I want this job.
Okay.
This is all we did every night.
Just chit chat.
3 conversations and we go home.
Yeah.
3 good conversations and we go to the house.
Yeah. Might as well turn the mic on.
Yeah.
Let some people in.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get some perspective.
Right. Maybe they'll fall asleep. That's what, listen, when I put my podcast out, I want to tell you. Well, no, I can't. I'm not going to do it.
Go ahead.
No. But
Mic's on, man. It's just you and me. Nobody's listening.
You have to be. That's right. You have to just take a step back and just breathe.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. When you listen to my podcast, it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. Somebody
is stupider than you. Relax. You're okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm messing up like right now. Like, I don't know.
No, you're not.
I find that. No. Listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Anytime I was messing up, I didn't know I was messing up until after they said something. It's like, oh, that's my life. Because I was always so free and happy, and my creativity is, I'm an Aquarius. And,
hey, me too.
Yeah.
January 31st.
So you just missed it. You missed it. You missed the ride.
I'm right in the middle.
No. You're there. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. You're a belated birthday present as well.
Okay.
But no, my grandma, like all my grandmas are born January 28th.
Perfect.
Not so much that. It's perfect. It's perfect in that what I mean by that is like my kids, like my mother's mother and my mother's grandmother, her maternal grandmother and my maternal grandmother were born the same day.
Okay.
They were born back in January 28th in 1924.
Okay.
And so later my mom meets that other guy. Now we're back in 4th grade. And so she marries him. And so now I got a new stepfather and he's got a grandmother.
Sure.
She's also born January 28th. She's a little older than them. And so it's like she has this cosmic, I don't want to tell you.
Man.
She has this cosmic message sent out, right? And it goes, and then like on her birthday when she's like 4, these 2 little girls are born.
Yeah.
Like one in California. No, one in Flagstaff, Arizona on a reservation.
Okay.
And one in some little house in Mississippi. They're born same day. They both have 12 kids. Somewhere along the line, they have daughters.
Yeah.
And their daughters have a son and a daughter.
We're running parallel lives here.
And then when I'm at FedEx one day, this young lady has a rough life, but she's happy. She's still plugging along. And she met me and I was a wild man. But she had help, like my mom's best friend. No, let me go back a little bit. My best friend's first person she meets.
Yes.
The one there. And he's got somebody for her to meet.
Yes.
And then my mom's best friend meets her to take her to her area.
Yes.
And she's got somebody for her to meet. And she meets me and she's like, ugh.
See, now,
shake her hands and, ugh.
How are you a wild man in this time? What are you doing that's so wild?
You know what? I don't know. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to do.
Come on. Just skirt around the edges if you don't want to get right into it.
Like
partying on the streets?
Yeah, partying everywhere. It was a great place. No, it was like high school.
Okay.
FedEx was like high school in the hub.
Okay.
Anybody there knows what I'm talking about. It's just like junior high school. It's like, what are they doing? They're causing problems for themselves.
Well, high school, I remember cliques. That's all I remember.
Nothing but cliques. And imagine there's no jocks. It's weird work related cliques like the team leaders and the
All nerds. No jocks.
The ramp agents are jocks. Yeah, the ramp agents, I think, are the jocks.
Okay.
They get paid more and they can get fired. They have a tough job.
All right.
And so yeah, it was a great place. It was like you're having fun, and I didn't have responsibilities and bills because I was still, like I said, I was spoiled.
Yes.
And you say, well, don't spoil your kids because they won't. No, it doesn't. It's like having like I said, my level of gratitude just changed. It was like whether I'm in a bucket or a Benz, I'm still the same guy.
Sure.
I'm riding in the Benz, I feel good. But I can sit in a bucket as long as it doesn't stink. I'm not going to deal with that. But if it doesn't stink, I can get in your car and I'm like, hey, what's up?
Right.
Let's roll. I'm not feeling, oh my God, look what he's got.
Oh.
Because I've seen that.
Yes.
I grew up with that.
Yes.
Our friends' parents, I went to Catholic school. So there were a lot of rich parents.
Okay.
And people tell, oh, y'all rich. Because I would go we'd go to a party somewhere. Y'all rich.
Oh, yeah.
Now, my parents might be rich. I don't know.
Oh, no. Mine definitely weren't. I don't know how they sent me to Catholic school. My first 6 years. I don't know how.
But you do what you have to do.
Right.
Yeah. See, that's the way I live now. It's like I don't know. I can't imagine what makes you famous.
Right.
The people around me.
For sure.
There's no way that I can do anything.
Okay. So you're in Memphis, 2000s till mid 2000s. When did you get out of Memphis?
Oh, wow.
Or wait. We're going back to where you met this girl.
Yeah.
You met this girl and she said, ew.
Well, I met the one person, like I said, because of these grandmas and these cosmic rays, they sent the only being strong enough to stand being with me.
Okay.
Because I wasn't going to be in a relationship of any kind.
Sure.
Not like that. Not marriage and kids and no. Because see, marriage is more than 50% of all marriages end in divorce. Yeah,
and the other ones end in death.
Yeah. But that's what you signed up for because you said till death do us part. You don't even get mad about that part. So we'll be upset about the divorce part, but not the death part because that happens.
All right.
But no, it's just a matter of learning to get, what do you call it? Adapted.
Sure.
You get adapted to a person, to a way.
Oh, yeah.
And you're used to being a certain way. And then now you got to try to wake up and pay attention to this person. And you've never had to. That's why I said she met an only child. Didn't know.
Sure.
And it's like, well, you're so spoiled. Why would you act like, I don't know.
Well, she trains you, man. That's what the women do. They train you.
And she's been working.
That's your Adam's rib right there.
But she's like I said, the only woman strong enough to yeah, okay, I'll sit still,
All right. So you used to living by yourself?
No, I was doing what I wanted to do at home. It was.
Or you were living at home. Wait, yeah. Whose home was in Memphis then?
Oh, wow. I moved with my parents in
from Pine Bluff?
No, from Little Rock.
From Little Rock to Memphis.
All over Little Rock. That's how 8 schools. We just,
gotcha.
Jobs get a little better.
Sure.
Different area, a little better. And it's like during Banging in Little Rock.
Yes.
When it came out.
Banging in Little Rock. Explain.
They had there was a movie here.
Yes.
Called Banging in Little Rock. And
never heard of it.
They went around to all the gangs in the city.
Sir.
And they're watching the gangs and they're asking them questions. I was like,
is this a good idea?
Well, yeah, they're shooting. Yeah, they're getting shot.
Is this a good idea?
While they're shooting, they're getting shot at.
Okay.
And I mean, it was kind of a funny video because people would watch and say, "Those they made the real gangsters. They ain't even, that's not real."
Okay.
Some of those people, they're real people.
Yes.
So they're still living, and it was like gangs were a real thing. You didn't get shot up, but you get beat up quick.
I suspect, yeah.
So, during that time when I was little, like I said, I didn't understand. I was being taught, the first person I meet is this cool kid.
Yeah.
And my mom, I think, is dating his uncle. This cool kid's uncle.
Cool kid's uncle. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like I learned how to live and be. Like you got somebody, what do you call that? A crossing guard. He was like a crossing guard.
Sure, crossing guard.
It was like having an assistant or a tour guide.
Okay.
a tour guide to Little Rock when I moved there.
Now, wait, you say you get out of Little Rock before banging Little Rock or just after?
Yeah. So during the time when it comes out, I had been a little kid, like my son's age, like 9 and 10.
Okay, in Little Rock, sure.
Walking the streets,
Yes.
walking 10 blocks to get to the babysitter. Well, why are you walking to the babysitter? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know why we did anything we did.
Me and my little brother, man, just walking around Miami.
Be at a block party at 9, 10 o'clock at night. I don't know how that works. Would I let my kid go? No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let my kid go to nothing I went to
Nope.
as a kid.
Nope. And then here I am, 10 years old, walking across the street. I didn't have to go around the block.
No, and it just kills me. I got to send them to go to get something from the store, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Why did I even have to think twice about it?
Yeah.
I don't like that world.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go to a all-inclusive. You ever been to an all-inclusive restaurant? Resort.
I guess the closest thing is Vegas, maybe.
Okay.
Where you go, you got your hotel and you got your...
Make sure you do that in your life to where you know that that's what the person was talking about. This is all-inclusive, where you don't get to, like, all that I'm begging and asking for this stuff. No. You'll have your drink. When it's about gone, you'll have another one.
Yes.
When you get ready to eat something, food will come by, or you'll be able to just walk and get it.
Nice.
You don't have to clean up.
First world.
At worse than that. First world with the third world on top of it. And I get up at like 3 a.m. I go out, and as they're working, I'm tipping them. I just walk around with pesos and just tipping.
Mr. Big Shot.
Yeah, at 5 a.m, all y'all can get some.
Yeah.
But it was like, no, and I talked to them.
What's 3 cents amongst friends, right?
Yeah,
A peso.
Don't spend that in one place. If I give you all of this, you can get a plate to eat.
Oh, man.
They work for 200 pesos.
Yes, sir. Yes,
that's like a dinner, a small lunch.
Oh, yeah. What is that, $5 maybe?
Yeah, $6.
Yeah.
But we grow up seeing all types of stuff.
Yes, sir.
And it has influence. It treats us a certain way.
Yeah.
Like your body, you got that. Like when people have depression, I felt that.
Yeah.
It took me all my life. I thought I felt depression when I was young. But no, I miss mama because I'm over here. I miss daddy when I'm over here.
Sure. They're still in Memphis then.
This is just growing up.
Oh, just growing up. Okay.
No, see, that's the thing. My life is like, that's why I told you I couldn't. I don't know. I do a podcast. No, you're not going to get, there's no linear.
No.
Life.
Oh, this is all over the place and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the way it has to be though. Because it's like you're still sorting it out.
Sure.
People go to therapy. That's what this is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And what your therapy is learning to see it better.
Mm-hmm.
Learning to see something you thought was bad, find the good in it.
Yeah.
It was good for somebody. How? Somebody else is headed to that same road and you can tell them no.
Sure.
That's, if nothing else, it became a stop sign, Make it a stop sign, no matter what the situation is. Mm-hmm. Don't be sad and angry about it. You're going to get mad at every stop sign you see.
No. All right. So back on track. We're in Memphis, working. Meet this girl. I still want to know about this girl, man. She is.
I never want to get married because I see people.
You don't want to get married,
right?
No.
So I'm dating this girl, and then I'm like not trying to make my relationship work.
No.
I'm not being, I've never been romantic because relationships lasted a couple of weeks, a couple of months at the most.
Sure.
That's what
Mr. Playboy.
Well, and you're not even, and then you get in these situations where you're in a relationship, you can't look at that person, you can't look at that person. It was like, that was hard.
Oh, yeah.
So in trying to do better, you're constantly in trouble. Then you start realizing when you got in trouble, well, how does she react? How does you start learning each other? And she trained me.
Uh-huh.
When she was angry with me and I'd get upset, I'd just leave. I'd just fade away.
Right.
She's mad, I'm fading out. I'm out of here. Man, she's going to tear up all my stuff. I'm going to have like bleach poured on everything. I'm going to have, my tires are going to be flat. I hate to go back. And when I get back, guess what happened?
What?
She's cooked everything in the freezer.
Yes, she has.
The whole house smells like pine salt. I don't even think we have pine salt.
Flash forward, you gained 20 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. And then it was like, because that's how, the more weight I gained, as you could tell we were having rough times. She's cooking.
So all right. So how long till? All right, you're dating in Memphis. How long till you till you move in together or what have you?
Yeah, we got together probably in about I don't remember.
2000s.
No, yeah, it was 2000s, but it was like we were. Like I said, she didn't like me at first. And I wasn't, looking at. We just.
Oh, I'm remembering. Ew.
Yeah, ew. So it took a while for us to get worked out.
Find out it was her trying to feel the waters, seeing if it was real.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because she had heard about your reputation. Every 2 weeks.
Exactly that.
2 weeks was the shelf life of a normal girl.
Oh.
Yeah, relationship.
Yeah. And I don't even think it sounded that good.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, we end up together.
Why not?
We end up together and it's like we make it work. And then all of a sudden it gets so wonderful.
Yeah.
And it's just like you can't live without that person. You just love to see him, love to hear him come, and you love to hear their name. And then it's like it goes up and then it goes down and it goes up. And then we get married.
Yes. What year was this?
I don't remember.
Better remember.
I don't remember. I don't know what day it was.
You better remember.
No, because see, I'll be talking about how old I am at that point. I can't date myself.
Oh, man. They already know you were born in 78.
Dang it!
Bam. All right. So what year?
So back in 03.
03.
Yeah. So that was like the same year when my grandma died. She died later that year. So I had gotten married.
Yes.
Grandma passed, and then I had a child.
Right.
So she had one, my oldest, when we were like in high school.
Right.
So when I met her, she had him. And then when I had this one, now we got 2 kids, 25 years old.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yep. Living in Memphis.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Now you're getting to Conway.
Is the party's over?
Well, the party's not over. It just, I know that I'm at a party.
Ah.
No, nobody else, not everybody sees this party.
Okay.
So it's a party, it's a place, and little girls don't do good. Mm-mm. They don't fare well at that place.
In Memphis.
In Memphis.
Right. So you had to get out of there.
It just takes a lot. Yeah, if you have the right support system, no problem.
Yes.
But you got to have it all together. Like there's churches everywhere. There's good people everywhere.
Sure.
There's friendly people.
Yes.
But there's everything mixed in. Everything. Go to a gas station, you meet everybody. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. People watching at the grocery store.
It's a big city.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big city. It's not as hectic as like New York or Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But they have all the same elements. And
sure.
Now we moved here to Conway.
Yeah.
Leaving that in like 2011. Around there. I forgot.
This is kind of a microcosm here. Yeah, we got all the people.
It used to not be so
over 50,000 people
diverse.
In one little area.
It's so diverse and urban. And what's the other words? The other buzzword. It's diverse and it's urban and it's
suburbia.
Yeah, it's more integrated. Yeah. And it's like.
Well, you got colleges and people are trying to expand their minds,
and everybody's connected by culture.
Sure.
So. The music is universal and it's going all around, and then people are adapting to it in crazy ways.
Sure.
So like you have to teach your kids, okay, listen, you got to realize,
mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you that you can't wear those skinny jeans.
Right.
But you're going to have to answer for those skinny jeans in about 10 years.
Right.
If you get upset when people laugh at you, you can't, because they're going to change. The style's going to change and you're going to look crazy.
What did I hear? Don't wear skinny jeans unless you have skinny jeans.
Yeah.
G-E-N-E-S.
Yeah. And so, like my kids, I have to tell them they're beautiful people.
Oh, for sure.
So, and it's sad when you have to know that the world is like that. So what do you mean? Well, we're beautiful people. No, y'all, you uglies on. No. Because I've seen that. I've seen people that don't do well.
Sure.
That have a hard time just going outside because everybody's laughing at them. And, you are so blessed. Your arms and legs work.
Right.
She'd have a baby. My wife was like pregnant all my life. She was always pregnant.
Oh, yeah. 4 kids, right?
Yeah. She was always pregnant.
Sure.
And so it was like in dealing with them as little kids, it's like you're learning so much. And I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Mm.
But those grandmas and those mamas,
yes,
they know everything.
That's right. That's right. They end up being teachers.
And it takes, and the worst problem is like, we don't we don't get it.
Right.
Because I was like, no, but where are the people that were supposed to tell me all this stuff? And then I look back, oh, they did.
Yes, they did.
They all told me.
There are no books. There are your grandparents.
Right. That's it. And I had a grandfather pass that I didn't recognize.
Sure.
I had seen him. We had spent time, but I didn't recognize that's Pawpaw. So when I got old enough to drive and go, I neglected and never drove to go see Pawpaw. Oh, so I think I got about 6 years as an adult when he passed. And then when that happened, that just broke me.
Right.
So now we're trying to connect. And so I got that responsibility now. And it's hard. You say, no, it should be easy. No. There's so much politics in what a family is. Like if I was going to do my kids had said it before, I want to do the family tree.
Sure.
Okay, well, we can only go to here to here. That's all we know.
Oh, yeah. I tried to do the family tree on my side. On my father's side, it's like a radish. My mother's side is like, an oak tree.
Okay.
It's got roots like an oak tree.
Well, and I got, like I said, I'm claiming 3 families. Why? Because they claim me.
And then you got to have 3 different trees kind of branching out from each other.
Yeah. So I'm like, no, well, that's my family. So it's like, you don't like them. I don't know what to do with you.
Right.
And it's like, now we made but I'm going to look to friendliness and goodness.
Right.
I don't even want to fight. I just be happy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once you get home, you got in your family bubble, and then it's all about you. The whole rest of the world goes away. Yeah. You got a little microcosm there.
You have that.
Yes.
That's
sanctuary.
That's called self-care.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. People call that self-care now.
Okay.
Having that bubble.
Yes.
Yeah, you better protect your bubble.
For sure.
And I'm stealing that from somebody.
Who's
because he won't. My brother, he won't do a podcast. So
that's all right. You can give him credit.
No, I'm not giving him credit. I told him that some kind of way. He learned it from me.
All right, somehow.
But it's like
he's listening right now.
Yeah. So he tells me don't let people mess with your bubble. Don't let them steal your whistle.
For sure.
And so
steal your whistle. What do you mean? Like you're happy.
We don't know. You're
like
happy.
A happy.
I never knew what that was. Okay. He's just like, don't let somebody tear you down.
Gotcha.
You got to have that protection.
Yeah.
And so like doing this podcast thing, that's why I said that's the hardest part. Because you got to make sure that your bubble that you're protecting is protecting you.
Yeah.
Because our minds are like these amazing things. It's like we're looking for memories, and it's like, I don't remember. That's too long. And it's like bam, 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 bam. Everything is right there.
Yes, sir.
This machine is powerful. So, like I said, I don't want to do too much.
Okay.
With a podcast, but I do want to. I want to open up doors like what you're doing. You've made a platform.
Yeah.
So I'm here, and I say, well, what makes you famous? Okay, please do that.
Yeah.
But now you've got a responsibility, sir, because if I get famous, they're going to ask where I started from.
All they got to do is crack that mic and listen, or crack the.
Oh, you blew it. You had it. No, see, you can cut that and redo that. That's your spot, your drop. They can just run it back. This is where we came from.
Yeah.
We recorded it.
This is it.
Yeah, man. Dang it. Okay, so the coolest thing is that was going to be the name. What's up now?
What up, baby?
What's up with you? You finna work? You finna work?
No.
Huh?
We podcasting, man. You're on the recording right now.
What's that?
Doing a podcast, a little show.
A little show?
Yeah, a little show.
Mac 10 the bar, baby.
Mac, y'all come see Mac 10 the barber over at True Studios. He over there chopping them up, making like $1 million.
Mac 10.
Mac 10.
I like it, man. I like it a lot. All right, so 2003, you're married.
Yeah.
You're here in Conway, Arkansas. And then what?
11, we end up here.
Wait. Oh, okay.
So 11, we end up here.
So you were married and you spent 8 years in Memphis then?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Like I said, it was a blur.
All right.
Because I end up having a wreck when we moved here.
Oh, okay.
And so I was hurt for like 9 months.
Ouch.
She was down for over a year, ended up permanently impaired. It was a rough deal.
Yes.
But FedEx is good, so we love them, right? We just stay with them.
All right.
They take care of me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right.
Nah, it's all right. Okay, so 2011. I guess this man's ready to work here in the barber studio.
No, he's good. No, we all right.
Okay, so 2011.
We end up here, and
Where do you want to go from here?
yeah, and then so we get to see what's going on. We get to look. Being around the same thing, everything looks the same. You don't notice nothing. And when you get here, you can notice everything.
Yeah.
You see what's wrong here. They're not doing that right. They're not doing this right. So, like I said, she got hurt. And so
I thought you got hurt.
We both got hurt.
You both got hurt.
Like a month apart.
Oh, wow.
I had my shoulder was tore up. I ended up having surgery.
Car wreck.
Yeah.
And she had a car wreck too?
Yeah.
What?
Well, she stepped out. When you hear about stepping out of the trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my podcast needs to be about the drivers. Like she steps out and breaks her ankle in 3 places.
Right.
Permanently disabled.
Come on.
Yeah. Like it only bends so far.
Oh, sad news.
Like it won't hurt. You know, your wrist doesn't go.
Absolutely.
Well, your foot goes back.
Right.
But hers doesn't.
Oh.
And so yeah, it was a lot. But she had been to hair school. She just had to get a license over here.
Yeah.
So she got a license here. And my other cousin was there they had been talking, being friendly. Like when we moved here, I had a cousin that had been living here.
Sure.
I think she graduated here and then just stayed.
Sure.
So she's looking out for, and she decided, you know what? Well, why don't we just go ahead and do it?
Mm-hmm.
She's been working in a couple of shops here. Well, you got too many complaints. You're whining about why do they do this? Why don't you get your own?
Okay.
So they joined up. My other cousin, TJ, he got done with hair school, with barber school, and then all of a sudden they decided to go ahead and do it.
Oh, okay.
So now we're here.
Man,
like
this is
it's a daily grind. It's a give and take. It's good and bad. It's a marriage.
But it's a nice location, man. You're right on Harkrider, and that's a big throughway here in Conway.
It's nice.
So this is definitely a good location.
So this time yesterday wouldn't have been a good thing. It would have been jumping
for sure.
And out of control. Well, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I can't get my hair cut.
Well, yeah, usually Sundays are pretty good for me because it's my lazy Sunday. But I decided to start doing this podcasting thing, See,
and what it is, we learned that like that balance, that male and female balance.
Sure.
That's the mission for that. Because men, we're raised and taught to act a certain way.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't work out. It's not conducive to family, to goodness.
Right.
To safety. So we have to push them to, act like your mom is in there. And it's good for them. Like it'll be a woman over there. They have to turn down the music a little.
Yes.
Watch what's on it just a little.
Right.
Hey, your mama might come in here. If your grandma came in here, you wouldn't act like that.
Right.
So, and that's good for them because some people ain't being raised.
Sure.
Who raised you? So sometimes people get caught up in how they're acting, and an outsider walks in and it looks like chaos.
Yeah, but it's a barbershop, man.
All you had to do was just say, hey, consider. And they'll do it. That's the thing. They're good people.
Sure.
And they get upset just a little. I've seen, they can be having fun and, ladies walk in, it's the warden. They'll say that the warden,
So this is good, man.
But it's a beautiful mix.
So where do you want to go from here?
Like I said, man, around the world. Like I don't want to stop.
Yeah, but you say you want to open up your podcast. Mm-hmm. What's it going to be about? Do you have an idea of where you want to, what direction? What do you want to teach people? What do you want to learn?
I don't know anything.
What do you want to learn?
Right. That's it. I want to learn everything.
Because that's me.
I want to learn about you.
Yes.
And that's why we'll save that. It's like, I don't need you to tell me your life story.
Sure.
I've had to grow up listening to people tell me their life stories in like the first 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I knew you all my life.
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You knew 10 guys just like me.
Hey, I knew your name. I didn't know where you're from. Now I know a little bit more about how Chris Ruth came about, man. How did you end up here? And this is good. It's therapeutic for me. Yeah. What makes you famous is therapeutic for me.
Anytime you want to talk, man, that's not a problem. Like
I don't know anything. I want to learn from you.
Well, we're going to be in trouble if we're sitting there trying to learn. Nobody know nothing.
I mean, but
I don't know nothing.
I say that, but I'm sure I have a story as well, and eventually, and little tidbits of it come out on this podcast,
Right.
little tiny spurts. Yeah, I'm from Miami. Yeah, I was a DJ down there.
And they make you walk back in there and apologize, and you had tears.
Never got caught.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
Chris Ruth, it's been a pleasure, man. And
Anytime,
thank you for allowing us to be here in the, Truth Studios on Heart Rider, the home of Just Faded and
Exquisite Styles.
Exquisite Styles. It's a
Exquisite
barbershop,
Styles,
man.
yeah.
It's a barbershop. And we turned it into a podcast studio. How about that?
That's it.
Chris Ruth, what makes you famous? Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Party people, that was Chris Ruth hanging out at the Truth Studios in Conway, Arkansas on Heart Rider. If you need to get your hair did, I encourage you to head over to Truth Studios and get your hair did. Thank you so much, Chris Ruth, for having me to the studios and letting me set up there. I learned a lot about Pine Bluff, Memphis, Little Rock, the gangs in Little Rock, and where you came from. Thank you so much for having me out at the Truth Studios. This is Keys Dan. If you want to be a part of the show, give me a call at 501-470-6386 or email info@radiowhat.com. It's Keys Dan, radiowhat.com, djlittlerock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.
Radio What? The music you want. Hey guys, this is Shelly G with a fast fact. Before they were known as Journey, Steve Perry called his band Golden Gate Rhythm Section. Do you have a fast fact? Share it with us at Interactive Radio, radiowhat.com.
Follow Keys Dan on Facebook and Twitter. Click on the links at the top of keysdan.com. Follow Radio What on Facebook and Twitter. Click on the links at the top of radiowhat.com. The music you want is on.